Welcome, everybody, to a special episode of the Popcorn Watchlist podcast. I am your host, Xavier. Joined today, I have Zach over here in his corner.
Howdy, fellas.
He's never going to get tired of that corner. And then
I
here,
love this corner.
here beside me on the couch, we've got Danny. Say hi, Danny.
What's up?
And today we have a fun episode where we talk about some of our favorites crime mysteries, whodunit, detective stories. In honor of Glass Onion just coming out in theaters for a weekly limit before getting over to Netflix at the end of December. But very quickly, let's do a fun, because Danny, recently watched, because I think Danny can take this one over. He's got some fun things happening.
Yeah, so I saw a couple of movies. The first one that I want to mention, because I know you and Anthony got to see earlier this year, which is Blacklight, which
Oh man, Black
absolutely sucked.
Light.
Don't watch it.
Yikes! Yeah,
It's the Liam Neeson movie where he's taken by the FBI.
he's been framed, I think, for something. Wasn't he like is he a mob hitman or something like that? No, like I don't know what it's all about, but it's just like makes no, like the movie made no sense in any which way.
Well, it was like he worked for someone in the FBI, but not officially.
Oh, that's right.
And
he
then
was
he,
this guy's
like,
cleaner.
Yeah, and then the FBI is doing bad stuff.
Or that guy who's getting him in charge to do stuff is doing bad stuff. So they're
Correct,
trying
yeah.
to. Yeah, he's trying to get taken by the FBI to no avail, because the man, as we know from Liam Neeson's stuff, knows what he's doing. But some of like the car chases or some like the quick action sequences were just bad.
Yeah,
Very bad.
Not good. It just seemed like it was like 3 sets, and that was it.
Right? I don't know if it was like still filmed in like the Chicago area or something, but it's like we only have access to these 4 locations and make a movie around this.
Yeah.
Please.
Pretty much.
And they tried.
So I saw this on Amazon, on Prime Video.
On the Primes. Okay.
But I was just looking at the Rotten Tomato score. Guess what the score is?
52.
14.
It's a 10.
Damn it.
Oh, it's a 10.
And guess what?
I was closest.
Guess what the audience score is?
4.
20.
82.
What? What audience?
I don't understand.
What audience?
This is like the first where I agree totally with the critics.
That doesn't make sense. No.
It was bad.
Who watched this? Like, who else watched this and decided, hey, this was a great movie? Because it definitely wasn't.
I love Liam Neeson movies, and some of them are cheesy, but they're good. This one's just awful.
It's not even cheesy. It's just bad. Like the one where he used to be like a burglar, like a bank burglar. That one's actually pretty decent. That one had Anthony Ramos and I think Jai Courtney. But that had like at least a fun little car chase. It had some interlying mystery of whether he did or didn't do it, and he wants to turn himself in because, I love this woman too much. But I forgot what that one was called. Was it Safe? No, something about Safe. I don't know. He was taken to the bank. That's what we called it.
Just anything Liam Neeson is taken from now on. I mean,
Exactly.
he owns that category for sure. Category's too good for him.
He is the category, but it's not good. I mean, like that particular one is not good. Like I forgot the name of the movie, but the one where he rescues, he like finds a mother and her son, and the mother dies, but he needs to take the son to family in Chicago. Anthony and I called that Taken from the Border. And then there was
There's the Ice Road one.
That one was awesome.
That one was good.
That's based off, I think, like a Scandinavian movie, or a Scandinavian story, and then they flipped it for something North American. That one was cool. That one's like taken to the ice road truckers or taken in the snow. There's another one that just came to mind that I'm completely I'm drawing a blank. There's just so many. Like
There's the Lone Wolf one.
This is where I have to
Or the
cheat.
Gray. I think
Well,
it's
the
called.
Gray that's in its own category. It's like
That one's
taken by wolves.
10 out of 10 on that one.
Yeah, that one's just great. But you got some other weird stuff there. I mean, like, let me see here. Yeah, Then there was Blacklight, and then there was also Memory, which was just like taken from my
Mhm.
memory. The Ice Road is the name of it. The Marksman was taken from The Border. Honest Thief was taken to the bank. Um,
Memory, I like the memory better than this one for
oh, for
sure.
sure. Yeah, that made at least perfect sense. Uh, then there was what was this? Oh, then there's Cold Pursuit. That that one was another one that was like
Ice. Was that the one where
no, sorry, taken from the snow is Cold Pursuit.
Cold
'Cause
Pursuit
then
is where
there's
the plane crashes? Is that the one?
no, I think then there's another one, which is weird because there's another ice one called the Ice Road.
Mhm.
That one I remember because Amber Midthunder's in that, and she
Yeah,
was just
from
recently in
Prey.
Prey. And but the one I totally, um, man, the Cold Pursuit though was the one where like his son died, and then he was trying to like go through. And that one's like weirdly like darkly, it's like a dark comedy almost. And then there was so the one that was taken on a train was the Commuter. And then there was
Then there's the plane one. The
yeah, taken on a plane. That one was I think was it the Passenger or no, Nonstop. The movie's called
Nonstop.
Nonstop. And then obviously you have Taken. Man,
But I
Walk
feel
Among
like
Tombstones was like taken from the mob because they're running away from the mob. We can go on and on, as you guys can tell. I'd rather not bore you all, but it's a whole like if it's a Liam Neeson like pseudo action thriller movie, it's gonna be a subvariant of Taken, as everybody loves all their Loki and TVA variances. It's gonna be just all of those little things put into one. Some of them are great, like the Marksman is legitimately good because like it had some good like sniper sequences, and then some escaping all of the escaping this cartel enforcer that's following them along the country, and then some like Blacklight are just bad, very bad.
very bad.
But you roll the dice at this point right now. So he is
It's like a
getting up
50-50.
there in age, but we're rolling the dice.
But I'll take the time to watch it because just it's a fun category to watch with Liam Neeson. So
Yeah, I mean, then you have like his other stuff that he'll randomly show up in. Like, he was the bad guy in A Million Ways to Die in the West. I don't know, Zach. Have you ever seen that?
The Seth MacFarlane one? No, I
Yeah,
have not seen that
you
one.
should. It's funny. There's a very funny cameo in the beginning. It's where I forget his name, but Liam Neeson's character is like the rugged outlaw, and he's just like, I'm gonna kill somebody in this town. You and the cameo for who that is hilarious. I won't spoil it, but it's really funny. But that movie is also very like it's very live action Family Guy, but in a good way. Similar to like how Ted 1 felt like live action Family Guy in a good way. Um, yeah, just
oh man, I
Liam
remember
Neeson
that.
for the most part is a safe bet is what we're saying, right, Danny?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a safe bet.
The next one that I saw was we were just talking about it earlier, but it's a cheesy Christmas movie, feel good Hallmark uh
Oh God,
category,
I mean,
which is
it's literally a Hallmark movie, but on Netflix.
yeah,
Spoiler alert, it's on Netflix.
Falling for Christmas with Lindsay Lohan.
It's nice to see her doing things again. I remember the last time I randomly saw her, she had a bit part in the first Machete movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she was like some senator's daughter. I was like, what's going on here? But all right, like cool.
It was very cheesy. Um,
Did it
I'll-
follow what Zach would call the Hallmark formula? Zach, regale our viewers and listeners who may not know of the Hallmark movie holiday formula.
God, there's a lot to it.
just name
But surprisingly,
So like the
not
five
a lot.
steps.
It's
The
a lot,
five
but it's
steps.
not a lot. Big city girl goes to like a small town where she probably grew up or something.
Yep.
She's there for some kind of for some reason an assignment from work or maybe like visiting family, whatever.
Or a sabbatical, or I need to reset my life, or some other jazz.
And then meets a guy at first annoyed by each other or something, and then they slowly fall in love, and then sometimes there's a random Santa Claus in there somewhere, and they fall in love and they live happily ever after.
There's always a random like Santa Claus figure or somebody that represents the good
Looks like-
spirit of
yeah.
Christmas.
Yes.
And they fall in love, and then she forsakes her big city life to live in the small town.
Yeah.
The end.
That was this movie. I saved you an hour and a half.
Poor Lindsay Lohan, like poor Netflix. Wait, not poor Netflix.
But if you like this type of movie and you watch Hallmark movies, go watch it. It's nothing new, but it was a fun watch. I saw it with family, so they had a fun time with it.
Yeah, as long as they had a fun time with it. I mean, it's kind of like that's the feel good,
Get your family
safe
together.
bet. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is my movie version of my movie dopamine going in.
It's like it's like a comedy, but then at the end there's this one moment where like your mom or family that's watching it just gets that one tear.
It's beautiful. Oh, that's so nice. Like Shirley from Community. Oh, that's nice. Except like you actually mean it because she normally says it in a very condescending way. Anyway, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Falling for Christmas. It's out already. Very good.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
my
very good Hallmark. It's like on the top, like a higher spectrum of Hallmark movies.
Yeah, because it's on Netflix. It's not on Hallmark.
Yeah.
So
So it's obvious that makes it automatically better, right?
so that's my recently watched. There's one more that I'll mention, but I'll wait till we get to our main topic.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, that's we mentioned earlier it's going to be our murder mystery who done it solve the crime style of movie. So we'll get to it in a little bit. I don't know, Zach, if you got around to watch anything. If not, you might have watched what I watched as well. But I'll let you want to take the floor very quickly, or if you not just want to give a pass this week.
Yeah, I'll make it very brief. I only watched one thing, and it's part of the main topic.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's
All
it.
right. We'll get into that in just a moment, but very quickly, since we're in the subject of holiday movies, all her falling for Christmas. Dude, she legitimately, by the way, I remember the trailer, she almost falls off like a cliff or something, or she actually does fall off a cliff. I don't know.
Do you want spoilers?
It's literally falling for Christmas because she falls off something. That's what I remember how like silly the title is.
So the
go ahead.
main kind of premise is she falls off the cliff and loses her memory.
Oh my God. So it's like half a Liam Neeson movie, like the movie memory.
Taken by Christmas.
Because he didn't remember who he was. Taken to Christmas. Anyway, if we're talking about Christmas, talking about the holidays, it just came out a few days ago. This one was a real delight to watch. It was only like 49 minutes long, but it was very nice. And it was the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
It was awesome.
I expected I had a low bar at it because, it's a holiday special. Like, the last like big special that they had that was out, that was amazing. That like set the bar high was like Werewolf by Night. And I was like, okay, cool. Like that's the bar. And so I'm not expecting it to pass that because it was so good. But this hit you in a completely different direction. It was James Gunn getting a big send up to just these feel good holiday Christmas movies and Christmas stories. You had a good mix of everything. You had some heart, you had some funny jokes, you had some ridiculousness, and you had some great cameos, some interesting dialogue drops, but
Some funny Easter eggs.
yeah, some really fun Easter eggs. One that has me thinking, where the hell did they get that? But it was pretty awesome. But I thought it was going to be very kind of phoned in and just like, oh, we're just doing this for whatever. But no, you can tell James Gunn put a lot of heart and soul into this. And even from just decking out the entire set of what is supposed to be nowhere into making it very Christmas themed with trees and lights and other ornaments, to the fun idea of like how like Kraglin of all people is giving exposition because he has the furthest history with Peter Quill. And then you get this whole story of how Peter really enjoys Christmas, and that gives the whole push for Mantis and Drax to get him the best Christmas gift ever. And I thought it was going to be like, oh, cool, like it's just, Kevin Bacon playing somebody. No, it's Kevin Bacon as Kevin Bacon. And that's wonderful. It's just wild hilarity ensues, and
I love
but-
the band that was there.
I think they're the 97s. They're great.
Yeah.
We only got these instruments like a few days ago. And the whole point is Star-Lord just like, there's no way you just learned these. Like this is a lie. It's just so like, and then like their song is like this ridiculous like misunderstanding of Christmas. How like if you're bad, Santa's gonna hit you with a flamethrower, and like you better leave delicious desserts or else. Like
It was a funny song.
it was really fun, and it's like the opening credits, and we have like a young adult Groot just jamming. I'm like he looked more practical than ever, or the CG was actually really good.
I think I read somewhere from James Gunn. He's been tweeting a lot on it. It was practical.
Nice, yeah.
Sorry, it was CGI. It was all
Really,
CGI.
he
Yeah.
looks so good though. Like the little post credit scene was great.
Yeah.
Um,
There's
yeah.
a comment on Twitter. Someone's like, some high school football team needs to draft Groot
Needs
now.
to draft Groot. He's just no, because he's already like 19, 20. Because when he was in like in Endgame, he was like late teen, like angsty
Yeah,
teens.
like
Like he
they're like 15, 14
yeah
now.
15, or maybe he grew 5 years older after that. But the like the progression, like beyond just the jokey hokey like Christmassy stuff of it, there are some genuinely heartwarming moments. Like the way they do they do flashbacks, they have it this whole really awesome old school animation, like how they animated the old 1970s Lord of the Rings. Like it has that style and flow of animation. It's really good, and it found a way to bring back Michael Rooker. So minor spoilers. It's like them looking back to how like Peter as a kid celebrated Christmas, and
Mhm.
then Yondu is all like, "Get this sentiment out of here." And I always loved how Michael Rooker as Yondu would say the word sentiment. It's just like, you don't fill your head with sentiment. Like it's it just hits the point home that he's just trying to be this stone cold badass, but you know he has a heart of gold. Um, and
He's Mary Poppins.
it's a great yeah, he's Mary Poppins. The It's honestly in the end, watch it. It's really well done.
It's
And
very quick too. It's like 45 minutes, but it flows by pretty quickly, but it's definitely packs a lot in there.
and we get a little bit of Cosmo the space dog. She's great. She's hilarious. Her and Rocket, I think, are gonna be like the two new like that's the new dynamic duo since like Groot is still, Groot's always hanging around with Rocket
Yeah.
still, but now you have Cosmo and Rocket, and Cosmo is great because it's
Definitely setting you up for
Guardians 3.
an emotional, intense Guardian story to send it all off.
Oh yeah, there's actually a big revelation in this one too. I don't want to spoil it for you, but highly recommend watching it. Like I said, the big revelation adds a lot of heart to it all. And I was watching it and it just I had all the warm and fuzzies. It was really great. That's my recently watched.
Nice.
And then so before we get to our main topic, I know we have a bit of a reaction. I think all three of us just watched the just today released official Super Mario Brothers trailer.
Trailer and a couple posters too.
Yeah, the posters look dope, but what do you guys think?
I think it's starting to look really good.
Well, visuals wise,
Yeah,
it looks
visuals, it looks
amazing.
good.
Visually
looks
is like,
great.
hey, this looks great, but now like more of it, and I saw it like 2 or 3 times, and this looks like animated extremely well. Like I don't know if Illumination had access to certain assets from the games over the years or something, but man, they took this to a whole new level. It looks really, really nice. Like Peach just looks like Princess Peach just looks straight up like if you ripped her out of like one of the like if like a 4K remaster or remake of Super Mario of New Super Mario Brothers or something like that. Like all the facial animations, everything looks great. Also, we finally got our first look at Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong killed Mario.
So I saw. This is how fast the internet works, guys. I saw a funny video where it was an edit of that started. It was just basically Mario going into the arena. Donkey Kong was already there, and it started with the Smash Brothers timer, like 3, 2, 1, and it just Donkey Kong mollywhopping Mario, and with the KO like critical flash, and it cuts to the win screen of Donkey Kong from Ultimate. Freaking hilarious. Dude, the internet works too fast. And so like we didn't hear Seth Rogen be Donkey Kong, but I do enjoy the fact that Donkey Kong put a whooping on that plumber ass. Good for him. He put on the whooping.
Yeah, that was a funny opening moment, and I was blanking earlier when I was watching the trailer who the other ape was that was sitting on the throne. I guess if you want to call it a throne, but
it's like it's a chair.
is that
Was it
or a chair? Yeah.
Diddy Kong?
No,
It
it's
was not Diddy Kong.
the old one.
Cranky
Mm.
Kong.
That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that him?
I think so.
It kind of looked like.
Like I want to say yes, but like that's one of those where like it's too good, but I'm gonna like try to like squeeze it in again one more time. But like it was kind of it looks hella legit.
We got to hear more of the voice. Mario's voice.
He
Yeah,
did say a
it
few
sounds
lines. Yeah.
better. It sounds a lot better. Like it's enough to say like, hey, like you're he like there's a scene at the very end of the trailer, we get a wahoo, and it sounds good. I was like, okay, you know what? Like
Sounds good.
that's good. Like that in small doses, I think works.
Yeah.
It's just imagine hearing like old Mario 64, let's go, like over and over in that high pitch the entire movie. I think that would get to you. I think that's part of the reason why there's like a certain timbre that Chris Pratt can bring that I feel kind of levels out like uh tonally to the point where like it's at the right pitch isn't too high. Um I think with
Like good for most of the movie, and then in small certain parts do like something like that.
yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen. He's gonna talk like you heard Charlie Day as Luigi, like that sound like it sound. I was like that to me still also is like wow, it sounds a lot like that. Just sounds to me like Charlie Day just being Luigi.
It kind of does. Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's not a bad thing, but you know it's
And a little bit more of Keegan as Toad.
yeah, no, he sounds great. Like I mean, because he's been doing voiceover stuff for a while now, but yeah,
And then we heard
he
Peach
sounds
as well.
great.
Who voices Peach again?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Okay.
So it's just, it's like okay, like she sounds very exposition-y. Like hey, like I'm gonna hey Mario, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and then it looks like she is very much like a little bit of like the Peach from the Princess Peach DS game, where she's actually out doing stuff on her own, which is cool. Like it doesn't seem like she's completely I'm the 100%
Not like,
damsel in
save the
distress. Yeah, your princess is in another castle. Like she had to grab the fire flower. I was like, all right, nice. That's gonna be cool.
That was pretty cool.
yeah.
She just kind of like touches it and then she has
They showed a lot in this trailer though too.
They
But, like,
did. Yeah.
gets you hyped. We got Mario Kart.
Yeah, I think there's a thing where it's like there may be a set of challenges that he needs to do in order to recruit people to fight off Bowser, because like the whole Bowser castle and everything just seems to be like a floating fortress that's just coming at everybody. And again, Jack Black is just like, you know, I am human. It's like, oh, he's straight up calling him human. Like, does that? I guess that means humans exist in the Mushroom Kingdom, obviously with Peach. We also saw a little bit of Pauline from the OG Mario, OG Donkey Kong game and Mario Odyssey.
Didn't notice.
Yeah, she is. I'll pull it up for you guys. But yeah, while I pull that up,
Well, I was gonna add a couple of things also. So in that first scene, there were two things, of course, that I noticed. One, the more blatant, obvious one was Mario saying "Let's a go."
Yep.
He's like "Let's a go," but not like an
But he said it in a good way too. Like
He's just like he's like "Let's a go."
let's
or
go.
whatever.
Yeah. But it's not like Luigi's from Mario, the Luigi one from Mario Kart. Like let's go. Like he sounds so like kind of timid, but that's pretty dope.
And then the other thing that I noticed too was that the stage that they were standing on there in the beginning looks very reminiscent to the Donkey Kong game.
Yeah,
the classic like arcade.
If you
Donkey
look
Kong.
at the stage and some of the other like platform levels, that it looks like hey, we gotta teach you these challenges. Like it's almost like a training montage. Look like some of the levels from
Yeah.
all different areas. There's a world map that's in everything. Like Peach has the just again like she looks like she's gonna get stuff done. Good for her. Even though Toad has the frying pan, like if you play Smash Brothers, like Peach's side smashes cycle between a golf
frying pan,
club,
a golf
frying
club, tennis-
flag, and a tennis racket.
and that radish or what's it called? That weird radish thing.
Well, yeah, her down B are the
Oh,
my
okay,
God.
that too. Never mind. Okay,
Yeah,
that-
that's the
a
that's
down
where
B.
that's where the rat not that's her I think her standard beat, but like because she can pick up either the radishes, the oddish, or a Mr. Saturn or a Babomb. Like those are my favorite. The Babombs just show up out of nowhere. But anyway, looks good, guys. Like it seems legit.
I like how you were just watching, but I like
Get hit by a bullet
when
bill.
He's at the course and he's trying and keeps failing.
Yeah, and he gets hit by the fish. Like I saw, I'm just like, man, like that. I just like again, like just for the nostalgia alone, looks really cool. Like there's a Tanuki suit from Mario 3. You got the fire flower and Peach's like whole like dress changes. It looks cool. There's Yoshi's and like it's looking cool, guys. Like let's see. Like you know what, I went from like I don't know to it looks great, but let's see how it sounds. But now I'm like, okay, this looks like a whole lot of fun. especially with there being like the Mario Kart drifting. If you look closely, like you can see the other racers. Like Peach is doing the Nintendo Wii Mario Kart where the bikes were broken, and it's just Peach being top tier. So I think that's like a little nod to that. They're driving on a rainbow road, but
I'm
it doesn't seem hard. But who
glad
knows?
it's animated. I don't think it would work as well if it was live
No,
action.
this works. Yeah, especially like again, a studio like Illumination's been making a whole lot of stuff in the past lately. You
Hmm.
know, Secret Life of Pets, all uh, the Minions movies, the Despicable Me's. So you know, those guys, it's they kind of they chose a good studio. I think we're good.
I think so too. Now it looks like there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna be going on in the movie. Of course,
Just like the games.
it seems. I mean, you kind of mentioned a little bit, Xavier, where he does like a training montage, or like I guess because he gets sent into Mushroom Kingdom and he doesn't know about how the world works, so he has to get
We don't know.
the way
That's
I interpret it is like
yeah.
getting used to like how the platforms
How
uh,
platforming works.
react to the way he interacts with
Or it's
them.
like it feels like he's playing a level of Super Mario Maker where somebody's just kind of hateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like I jumped. Oh, and then the platform falls. It's like, dude, I want to see how they explain. Like if he falls down, if he just like starts back again or resets up, or
Or
if
he only
he has
has like 3 lives.
yeah, if he has any lives, who knows? But
Ooh, if we'll get a mushroom if he gets bigger.
that's what I'm. You know what? Yeah,
They might be saving that. Or the star, like they'll probably save that for the.
yeah. The very end is gonna be like I'm gonna get the star, and then him just be invincible, or they'll use it as a gag where he'll get it, and then oops, it doesn't really do much, and he like he like does something amazing for a second. He's like, dang, I don't have it anymore. But in the end, we'll take a look at it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and then there was one part that I also noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed it, where Mario was at a sink, like
Yeah, that's him being an actual
him
plumber.
him being a
He
plumber.
grabs he has his little wrench. He's like, all right, I'm gonna be a plumber. Like, we're out here. We're gonna be tweaking some plumbing, and not that kind of
Well,
plumbing,
like,
real
like
plumbing.
what Bowser was talking to Luigi about. And Luigi was like, "You think I know everyone with a mustache and a hat with their first initial?"
When their first initial on it, like maybe, like I don't know, like what's going on here? That was silly. Again, that was like some fun
And then he
Charlie Day
shows
stuff going
Mario
down.
with the plumber.
Yeah, and he's just like, I know him too. And then like his torture is just like plucking at the mustache, which is again, it's cute. Like that's cute enough. So, I'm now more from cautious to slightly more. Now I'm cautiously optimistic. That's where I'm at. What about you guys?
The trailer work.
The trailer worked, and it comes out in April, so we'll look forward to then. And wait, when did Sonic 2 come out this year? Was it March or April?
It was definitely the spring.
Yeah, so I think that's
March.
what that's their aim. Like, hey, video game movie came
Full
out.
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic came out in spring. We're gonna shoot for spring. So it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. So yeah, good stuff, guys. So now we'll pivot to the topic of the episode. We're gonna go straight into some Glass Onion spoilers. We're not gonna go over the entire movie shot, frame by frame or anything like that. But in celebration of Glass Onion, we're gonna talk a bit about it, but then also talk about maybe a couple other like fun murder mystery movies that Glass Onion and Knives Out were inspired by. Like you can tell that Ryan Johnson, really had some fun with this one in particular, while still keeping it pretty fresh. So I just saw it today. These guys saw it a few days beforehand. So your impressions initially, guys, what'd you think?
It was really good, man. It just like the first one, it does reward you for paying attention to little details.
Oh yeah. So again, guys, I'm gonna mention some very minor spoilers, but there was one thing that one character said on the dock, and I was just like, that's gonna come back immediately. Where he just said, where this guy says, "Oh, I don't do that." Yeah, he's like, that doesn't have blank in it, right? Because I don't do that.
Oh,
I was like, dude,
yes.
that's easy. That's coming up because the whole point of this, and this is great, is that like, it's done during lockdown, so it's basically the 2020 era of the world, and it's world renowned detective Benoit Blanc just really bored out of his mind, and then he finds himself with a very interesting and challenging case that he decides, hey, this is going to be, this seems fun. I'm going to go over and see what's happening, and uh, a mystery it then becomes afoot. It was really, really cool how it all played out. And what was interesting is how non-linear the movie was. That's the one thing that caught me off guard, and I was pleasantly caught off guard by, what I should say.
That makes it fun when they do that in murder mysteries, and I think it worked well. This one, and not copying from Knives Out, but kind of putting its own twist on it.
Yeah, I was concerned that by doing some of the flashbacks or the non-linear stuff, they would reveal too much of the mystery. But I think it was just like the name implies, the whole glass onion is that, yeah, there are layers and layers, but in the end, you can still kind of see the main focal uh piece in the center of it all. So I think I guess thematically, structurally, it made sense and it was done really well. I have to agree with you, Danny. Like, it was really, really cool.
The crowd was thoroughly enjoying it. At least the one that Zach and I went to.
Yeah. What were some of the moments that the crowd reacted to? Because I was in like a very early afternoon showing. There was there was a family of 4, and then there was like a couple in the very, very, very top, and then just me in a row all by myself.
Oh no, for us it was pretty
It was
much sold out.
Yeah, it was a packed theater.
That's awesome.
Um,
Take notes, Netflix. I don't
yeah,
understand. Like,
for today of day of recording, it is the last day to see.
that's
So
why I
if
had to
you
go
want
watch it. I didn't want to wait till the end of the month, and I'm glad I didn't wait till the end of the month because it's really good. Shout out to Janelle Monáe. Like, I've been saying since Hidden Figures that the woman can act. She can act. She's really good, and there were many layers to her performance in this movie. That's all I'll say. It's
The
extremely
whole
well
cast
done.
was pretty fun. Ryan Johnson has a good cast picking for these 2 movies. So
I was very impressed. I mean, like, I knew he's good because of like Hamilton, but like Leslie Odom Jr., just all the subtle like mannerisms of like deference and the inability to actually like act or make a stand. Like, he would say something, but then his body language would say otherwise, in the sense of like, I'm gonna make a stand here, and then just nope. Same thing with Jessica Henwick. I always love everything. Anytime Jessica Henwick's on a movie, it automatically makes it better, for many reasons, but also because she's a great actress. She as basically as Birdie's assistant, like, she's the one that, like, I always, at some point I was trying to look and see if maybe everything was pointing to her, because she was just trying to save all the years of her like career being stuck to a walking like PR dumpster fire that's Birdie. Like,
Part of me at some point felt like maybe she's maybe she kills someone, or we eventually find out who, like,
yeah, like,
well,
what's the big thing
technically
is,
a couple of people died, but
yeah,
one,
minors. Yeah, things
yeah.
will happen. Yeah, a couple of people did bite the bullet, but I think again, there's some great callbacks. That whole bit where it does the non-linear, like, hey, here's what happened a few days before. That added so many layers to the mystery, because then it helps you figure out like that Benoit Blanc didn't go in blind, which was awesome, because obviously he wouldn't. He's too smart for that. But he had some research and he had some other help in deciphering everything going on. So then by doing all of this, it gave him like the best picture ever. And it's just because I thought the movie was gonna go one way, and then it completely like
180.
nope. It's like, oh my, the moment. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, there's a dinner scene, and you're just like, wait, what? Like, and as it happens, you're like, yeah. It's even again, like, you start paying attention, you're like, wow. And then it's just great to see, just Daniel Craig having so much fun with this role.
He looks like
Well,
he loves this role.
It looks like he has a lot of fun with this, and it's funny because you see Benoit Blanc in this whole different scenario of just like, I'm in a luxurious private island. How do I enjoy myself? But at the same time, he's there because the game's
He knows
afoot.
what's
Really,
up.
he knows what's going on.
Yeah, because he got hired by an unknown person.
Yeah, no, he
And
got invited to
invited,
there.
yes.
Yeah, he got, this is air
He was
quotes for
invited by an
everybody who doesn't watch
unknown.
our videos. Air
Air
quotes is that he was invited
by
by-
some unknown person.
by the best part. Oh no, you got sent the box by accident. This is all matter, dude. And
It's
then
like, oh yeah, the box was
Yeah.
reset.
Miles Braun again, Edward Norton, like
He was great.
everybody was great. Dave Bautista was great.
Dave Bautista.
Just
With the gun.
Catherine Hahn is just a delight to watch all the time because as like her being the governor, I think she's the governor of Connecticut right now, trying to go for like prime up for a Senate race. Like you can tell, like you can always tell that she's like she's driven, but she's like on an unstable base or foundation in a very tenuous situation, and it was great.
And
What
I
else am
think-
I missing?
Well, I think what works with
Oh yeah,
this one,
obviously Kate Hudson. Dude, towards the very end, it's like, that's what you I mean, I was like, come on. Like that's the part where like the small theater I had, like kept like reacting like, every time Birdie said something really stupid. I didn't know Jewy meant Jews. I'm like, oh my God. That's so good and so stupid at the same time. Dude, okay, and this isn't really a spoiler alert, but it's just like I got the email that said, "Oh, it's a renowned sweatshop in Bangladesh," and you said, "Okay, sounds perfect." You didn't think it was a sweatshop because they made sweatpants. It's like, there's no way you're that dumb.
the way she said that line was perfect.
It was so good.
The
Like,
whole theater erupted in laughter.
Yeah.
yeah, because you're like, oh no, but also, wow, you're hella stupid. How did you get by on anything?
Like, how have you gotten this far?
Seriously. And then that's a big major point of the movie, and that's a theme of the movie. It's just like riding the coattails of somebody else. And what are you willing to do to continue that, or are you willing to finally make a stand somewhere and draw a line? That's really the theme of the movie. While understanding that something that could have you may think to have many layers, like the glass onion, ends up being just a simple. There's just a simple solution and resolution to it. It's really I again, like very it's kind of long. So it's 2 hours and like 20 minutes, but it was done so well. Like it didn't feel long. It felt like everything was gelled together. Again, it worked thematically from a writing standpoint, acting standpoint. It knew how to balance all the different tones of like, oh, this is serious because it's a murder mystery, and then also this is hilarious because of the types of people you're working with. The banter, the dialogue is sharp, and I guess I don't know if it's because Netflix the Netflix money threw in, or the fact that Ryan Johnson is cool with people, but there are a crap ton of cameos.
I don't know if you knew who the voice of
Yes.
the Dong was.
Dong. Gong. Oh my God. I'm so mad that they got him just for that.
And then that workout sequence.
The workout sequence. It's your
yeah.
money. That's great. It's like, I don't care. It's your money.
Because you first at first you think it's like a pre-recorded
Poster,
video,
yeah.
but it's a live
No,
feed.
it's a live feed. Dude, okay, no, let's talk about also Jared Leto's hard kombucha. Kombucha me, baby. Like, I'm going to try to use that forever, even though I loathed kombucha. That's all I have, I'm just going to be like, kombucha me, baby. Like, that was perfect.
But what I was gonna say earlier was, it's just the whole cast vibes so well, and
I mean, if you're on a private island off the
Yeah.
Aegean, not Ionian coast, I think it gets you into, as an actor getting into that, it makes it easier to get into it.
Yeah.
But again, the script was tight. It's well written. It's very, it's a very similarly written to Knives Out. I hope they make I know they're making at least one more. I would love for them to make at least 2 more after that. Like, this would just be a continuing fun series, and just throw it in with a mix of established names and up and comers. If you keep that going and keep the mysteries fresh, I don't think Netflix will be want for anything else. I
it's
think
always
they'll
a
be
good time of murder mystery if it's done well. So
Exactly.
you could definitely do a lot.
Yeah. I know Zach was very much looking forward to it. I know you really loved it. Oh, but before I go into the rest of Zach's, because I really love listening to someone fresh into these types of movies. Going into what you thought, the initial cameos when Benoit's in the tub playing Among Us.
Oh,
I don't know if you caught all of those people.
I caught one of them because I had seen his name in the credits, which is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, it just said Kareem. I was like, "What's Kareem?" I know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I was like, "What is he
Yeah.
doing there?" Up in the top left is Steven Sondheim, like the guy who writes musical plays.
Yeah.
The bottom left was rest in peace. May she rest in peace, Angela Lansbury from Murder She Wrote. And then again, Zach. This was before that show came
Yeah.
out before Zach was born. But Angela Lansbury was really famous.
I've heard of the show for sure.
Yeah,
Just
it's
never
basically
seen
like a mystery of the week thing where Angela Lansbury is she's a writer, but she ends up finding a way to consult on these crimes, and she finds out the whole whodunit thing, which is very in line with all of this stuff. And then you have another like fun kind of mystery writer or mystery like thing going on in terms of Natasha Lyonne, who she was on the top right. She did Russian Doll. She co-created Russian Doll, and was starred in both seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix as well. So this is great. I love blowing Zach's mind in the sense of like I don't know who any of these people are. It's like they're important. Get cultured, kid.
I think the one I noticed, but kind of like a little bit later on, was Yo-Yo Ma.
Oh,
being
yeah.
in the
He's like,
opening
that's
scene.
a fugue because it's so many layered. I was like, I love it. Yo-Yo Ma. And it's funny because Yo-Yo Ma has to explain that to like the dumbest person in the movie, which is great. And then
Which Yo-Yo Ma, by the way, is a famous Japanese American cellist. Japanese American or just Japanese?
I believe he's Yo-Yo Ma. I'm pretty sure
Or
he's
something.
Chinese.
Was he? Is he
American.
Chinese? I thought he was Japanese.
No.
But he's a famous cellist.
Yeah, he's a famous cellist. But he was he technically was born in Paris. But it was great seeing him. I'm just like, what? Like, I'm at a point where I was like, what are you even doing there? Like, I found was the funniest thing. I was like, dude, like, you shouldn't be here. Yeah, he's
He is
Chinese American.
He is Chinese, yes.
But I was like, what are you doing? Like, this is beneath you. As of the whole point, I'm just like, I love how he explained it. I was like, this is beneath you, sir. Okay, no, talking about explaining. Let's talk about Brody's mom. Dude.
I couldn't tell if she actually knew what she was talking about.
Oh
or-
no, she did that, but she was so like. What I love about it is that she was so like blasé about it. She was like, "That's a Fibonacci." So shut up, mom. Like, God, that was perfect. Explaining like, just perfect. Like that was, or sorry, his name was Duke Cody, but I said Brody, but Duke, like just
He
Duke
was
being this
definitely
like
a Duke.
he was a dude bro streamer. Man, the fact that she was just like, oh, this is what this is. It's a chessboard. It's like, God, this is great. And like they're all like struggling to do it.
I like how they're all on like a FaceTime call trying to get the sequence through everything together. That was fun.
But
fun
then you
sequence.
had the other character that was just like,
Nope.
nah, blunt force, right to the point, which again, thematically makes sense. Like you're just like, this is all convoluted. No, I'm going to get to the point. And it's great is you end this whole thing where tying Benoit Blanc into all this is that because he's in lockdown, like he's bored out of his mind. And like a game like Among Us, where you're supposed to be able to very like he's the person who solves very intricate crimes and murders and people who try to, like he says in the movie, paint a murder with panache, or like be able to do a murder with panache. Like that's a game where you should be able to get that and do that right. And he's just like, this is too banal for me. Like, this is dumb. It's like, you don't like Clue. Someone asked him later, do you like Clues? Like, no, that game is dumb. Like, I'm actually stupid when I play that game. Like,
I think in one sequence they were like, this is not how this would never happen in Clue.
yeah. And one character's like, this would never happen in Clue. And he's just like, yeah, because it's dumb. And so it's just, and again, he's Daniel Craig and the whole cast especially, but Daniel Craig is so good at like, there were some like almost everything he says, especially like with the wild card of Janelle Monáe's character of Andy, and it was like it everything he said around in the vicinity of that character and some of the others, everything held a clue, or everything was like a driving point, and but it never felt cheesy or out of thin air. Like all of it made sense and it tied to something. And it was everything at the end becomes what I like to say crystal clear. With a
You
fiery
peeled
finale.
the onion.
Yes, a very explosive and fiery finale. That's all I'll say. Please, if you're listening to this or watching us now live, you cannot watch it until the end of December now. Thank you, Netflix.
I think December 23rd.
Yep.
Yeah.
People are going to be out there watching that new Avatar or Babylon, and they expect people to stay at home instead of watching Glass Onion. They could have pushed it for at least another week. Like, I'm pretty sure it would have eaten.
Or at least until the end of the weekend.
Yeah, because it would have. Yeah, till that Sunday, because it would have eaten the box office
Up until
of
then.
like it would have still done well at the box office, even with Violent Night coming out, which again I'm gonna watch because that looks ridiculous and I have to watch it. It's great. I loved this movie. I got some, again, Knives Out, but it really had me reminiscent of some older like fun kind of mystery movies. I think with a bit of like at least the murder mysteries that have a bit of character, like I mean, the best one that comes to mind is the movie Clue. I don't think any of you guys have seen that movie.
No.
Is it based off of the...
Yes, it is.
Okay.
They made a movie based off
Do
of
they
the
have
board
Colonel
game.
Mustard?
Yes, they do. They have a Mr. Green. They have a Miss Scarlet. They have a Mr. Body. Like, dude, the movie is awesome. It's Tim Curry is basically like the butler of it, and they're just trying to find out who killed Mr. Body, and everybody's cars are all dead, and they're all stuck there. Like, again, just like Knives Out, just like Glass Onion, they're all stuck there. It's great. It's so good, guys. Like, if you ever can find it, I don't know where it's like streaming, if anything, but
What year did it come out?
85.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you have Bravo TV, you can watch it. But dude,
Maybe like a Peacock, I guess. 'Cause isn't
maybe I think
Peacock
Peacock's
on
owned by. It's funny because there in Clue there's a Mrs. Peacock, but Christopher Lloyd is Professor Plum.
But it's also on Fubu.
Fubu, nice. Michael McKean is Mr. Green. Leslie Ann Warren, Miss Scarlet. Colleen Camp, was Yvette.
Possibly Hulu too.
Possibly Hulu. I hope so because, dude, it's freaking great. I don't know, like other than Knives Out, have you guys seen any of these any other like murder mystery movies, or have you seen The After Party on Apple TV Plus?
No, I have not.
No,
I
because
heard
if
that
you
one
want
was
a
good,
fun
too.
murder mystery, and I for personal reasons really enjoy that show. I think it's like 8 episodes long, but it's really good. Again, it's also like Zach said, if you pay attention, you will be rewarded by being able to figure out pieces of the killer, of where they had opportunity and where they had motive. And it's really good. Tiffany Haddish is basically like the main detective, and she's trying to piece together a puzzle of why this famous like musician, this pop star musician guy is dead at his own party. It's really funny. That one's on Apple TV Plus. I think it was co-created by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. So, Lego Movie, Into the Spider-Verse.
Nice.
You gotta give it a shot. Like if you want something similar to Knives Out like this, but a little more upbeat and like modern in the sense of like it has modern sensibilities and tastes, watch The After Party. It's good.
I got a couple.
Ooh.
So
Lay them out, man.
I'll say
I talk
this
a lot.
first one,
Give me a
and then we'll
break.
have Zach go through one, and then we'll kind of go.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. Yeah.
This is the one that I said that I saw that I'll get back to, which is See How They Run.
Nice.
I
That
don't
was
know
on
if
my. That's
you
on my
saw
list.
it.
Yeah, I did not see it yet, but it is
Okay.
on HBO Max. That's,
It is on
next,
HBO Max.
That's on my list next to watch.
I had a lot of fun with it. I'll say I think Zach should watch it, just because it gave me vibes of the Grand
And
Budapest,
Budapest.
Hotel.
I knew it.
But for me, I liked it more than the Grand Budapest.
For those
Hotel.
who cannot see our live stream, Zach's eyes perked. Everything just went once you mentioned the Grand Budapest. If you want to get Zach's attention on anything, compare anything to the Grand Budapest.
But watch it.
Hotel.
I think
I
you
will
might
tell
like
you
it.
why you're wrong.
I think you might like it, just because it reminded me of that movie. And
What was
I know
it
you
called
love
again?
that
Sorry.
movie.
What was it called?
See,
See How They Run.
See how they run.
How
Okay.
they
It has Sam Rockwell,
Saoirse Ronan.
Adrian Brody.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good. It was fun.
You know-
It's a different take on a murder mystery, but it's set in 1950s London,
Ooh.
and you're seeing it from the well, you have the inspector, of course, which is Sam Rockwell, but you got some other pieces of characters.
That reminds me, as technically speaking, a movie that came out this year is technically a murder mystery, and that would be Amsterdam.
I have not seen them.
That technically is a murder mystery because you're trying to figure out who are the main players behind a particular death that brought the three main characters together.
That one's also coming to HBO Max.
Indeed, it does. Yeah. Again, Anthony and I talked about it a few episodes back. Watch it; it's really good.
Another one that came out earlier this year, now that you mentioned, or maybe it was last year, was the Murder on the Nile. Which
Might have been earlier this year.
Yeah, which was the sequel, or
It's just a
follow-up
different
to,
story. Different story with Hercule Poirot.
Yeah.
Some Agatha
sorry,
Christie.
Death on the Nile. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
You're thinking Murder on the Orient Express, and then
Yeah.
there's Death on the Nile.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I remember you mentioned that movie being long.
It was long.
Yeah, it's like, man, this is really long.
But I like the genre of murder mysteries, so
Again, like
fun.
they're cool. Like you have like some that are like really really good, and some of that just very fun, and they have a particular like fun comedic tone to it, and then others that are hella serious.
Yeah.
Like there's a movie that I saw. I remember in the theaters way back. I don't know if it was in the late '90s. I remember watching it with my sister, but is a movie with John Travolta and Samuel Jackson called Basic. I lied. It's 2003. So I remember watching this movie in the theaters, and that one's one of those where like murder mysteries with at the end there's a big twist, and it's pretty cool. It's basically like a DEA agent trying to figure out like a that gets called into because he used to be in the military. He's trying to solve like a murder of a like a squad leader or like a disappearance of a squad leader, and so he does interviews and figure out all this stuff, and it's a fun one. I don't know where you can see that, but that was it should be on if you have Prime Video channels or if you have access like Cinemax, Basics on there. Very cool movie.
Cool. What about you, Zach?
I don't think I've seen much. I can maybe list a couple, some that are more memorable in my mind, and some that I've seen many years ago and I have no idea how it turned out. But a movie like, since Danny already kind of mentioned it, Grand Budapest Hotel is a murder mystery. It's a comedy
True.
murder mystery.
Technically is. You're right.
Because an old lady dies and Ray Fiennes' character gets accused, and they go on a whole run and everything, and they try to figure out who killed her, the old lady.
Yep.
But I've talked about it enough. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Since I've mentioned
All
it maybe like
roads
20
lead to the
times.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Somehow
according
everything's
to Zach.
connected. Everything's connected. But then also, I guess Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Those
The
would
first
be-
one,
Yeah.
for sure.
That one
Game
would
of
be-
Shadows, you kind of already know what Moriarty's doing, but at the same time, like it's Moriarty, but then you also like what's Moriarty's like end game, like big master stroke that's going along. But I think the first one more so than anything else is like a cool mystery of just like how did this guy pull it off, and then he deduces everything and figures it all out. And of course you have it's the Guy Ritchie-esque version take on Sherlock Holmes.
And then you also have Enola Holmes, 1 and 2.
Yeah, technically, crime mysteries, trying to go through fun misadventures to solve a particular
Which
problem.
the second one that just came out on Netflix was actually very entertaining. I liked
Yeah,
it.
my sister told me that. I didn't see it yet, but she liked it.
Then another one that, because I had to kind of cheat a little bit and look up some murder mystery movies. And this is a movie that I saw as a kid, but I don't remember much about it. But here they have the Pink Panther.
Yeah,
Oh,
The one with
Inspector Clouseau.
with
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin,
Steve
yeah,
Martin.
his name.
Yeah, technically it. He's just the bumbling detective, but still kind of gets it done.
Yeah, it's another
Those are classic.
murder mystery comedy, I
Yep.
guess.
Heavy on the comedy side.
Indeed, we
Extremely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, the original Pink Panther. You have what's the actor's name now?
What the original?
The
Pink
original
Panther?
actor, the original Pink Panther actor, Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers. Yeah.
Yes, he's a comedian. He's a comedic actor.
Yep.
So of course, when he played Pink Panther way back when, those were comedies.
Yeah.
So they of course kept that theme going because that's the character. But I remember both movies being pretty like being funny, but like stupid funny.
Yeah. They're silly, but like, oh look, they had a
Yeah, they're
good
like
twist at the
very
end.
very childish, silly and stuff. But I don't remember much, but I did remember it being or them being a little funny.
I think the comedy and these the kind of murder mysteries lend themselves to work really well. Another main example, I think, before we kind of tie the bow in, very recent one. Again, it's a TV show on a streaming service that's not the After Party. I've seen the first season. I gotta watch the second one. It's very good, and it has comedic actors in it, and that would be Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, that's right.
Got Martin Short, Steve Martin, and
That one's
Selena
rated
Gomez.
really well.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really funny too. It's done really well. It's written really well. Kind of how everything kind of comes together. I cannot recommend it enough. It's very good.
There seems to be a lot of streaming murder mysteries. Because another one that comes to mind now that you mentioned streaming, Murder Mystery, ironically, from Netflix with Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, murder mystery. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Very on the nose.
Oh yes, I remember seeing that one. I remember Jimon Hansu. Was it? No, it wasn't Jimon Hansu. It was what was Anthony here? He'd be making fun of me with this. But basically, the actor who played T'Chaka in
John Kenny?
yeah, yes, John Connie. He's great. Yeah, he was hilarious in that. And it was I think was it the second time that Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler were in a movie together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that was a big deal because they were like reuniting for a movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh
And,
my god. And that one's actually one of his better movies that went that was a part of his Netflix
Netflix.
deal.
Yeah.
Like that was actually fun. Like it was, it's just a
It
random couple, New York couple that's just going on a European vacation, and then something wild happens, and then
I think
they're
at the
framed for
time,
murder. So they have to try to solve the murder and clear their names before they get to the authorities.
At the time, it was like one of Netflix's biggest movie releases.
Yeah,
So,
because again, if you know how to write them, these movies are fun, and they're all you'll. It's like people love reading mystery novels, and if you can do that in movie form while still keeping it entertaining, then hell, even better.
Yeah, I think I would gravitate more towards something that, like a murder mystery movie that has a little bit of lightheartedness to it.
Yeah.
That doesn't take. It's not too serious. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Where it feels like a typical murder mystery thriller rather than, and lean more towards like a murder mystery like comedy.
Yeah.
I would prefer that, like with Knives Out, both of them, and a couple of the other ones that we've mentioned that I've seen that are more on that lighthearted side.
I think that's like a good balance between the genres, but I think that's what makes a murder mystery so well because it combines like the lightheartedness, comedy, thriller.
There's an
mystery.
overarching mystery or a plot of,
And-
oh man, we got to figure this out.
Gets a lot of people that maybe wouldn't be interested in it have a good time.
Yeah. I think one final kind of recommendation I'd say within this genre is a movie that's basically, I think, this director's best movie. It's a pretty great movie with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, called The Nice Guys. That would technically be considered like a sort of murder mystery because you have like a PI and then like a enforcer, kind of like strongman that strong arms people to get things done. He and they both have to somehow like work together in order to figure out an overarching mystery or a conspiracy, and murder mystery conspiracy going on. So it's great. Like I cannot recommend The Nice Guys enough.
I never got to see it.
Dude,
Just seeing the poster now, and I
It's
remember.
great. It's on Netflix right now. Watch it before they take it off. I honestly watch the after. Like I think if we said I watched Clue, watch the After Party, watch The Nice Guys. Those would be the big ones I would say.
And also in a way, I just thought about it now since I saw it not too long ago. American Psycho. In a little bit. I mean,
I don't know.
you know who done it.
That's the thing. But,
But-
it's, no, that's more just like a
It's more like
dark
thriller
It's just
horror.
more of a dark thriller.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Psychological.
Psychological thriller with a
Like
bit of
one of
Huey
those-
Lewis
okay.
and the news appreciation. Do you like Huey Lewis and the news? They really came into their own in sports.
Because I can see where it's not much of murder mystery. It's more of like, okay, there's a killer out there. Who's the killer?
But
Is there a killer? That's the
There's no
overarching
mystery because
Oh yeah, or is there a killer?
It's again
You are
that's
the-
why it's more of a psychological thriller.
yeah.
The whole there is a whole like that's why I think like something like Memento falls under psychological thriller, not so much
That
like
that
murder
did show
mystery.
up when I.
Yeah, like
That's
it's more of a
I could
psychological
see
thriller.
why maybe some people would think Memento, but I think that's more like you're saying, like a psychological type.
I think like it's always like it's like you have to think of it like a Scooby Doo episode. Where, like at the end, they're able to find the reason why this person did it, who it was, and then like how they catch them in the act, or like how they reveal.
if
who
it
they
wasn't
did
for you and those meddling kids.
and that dang dog too, and that stupid dog. No, that's Courage and the Cowardly Dog. But yeah, it's got to. That's how I think if you had to tie it up in the bow like that, that's how it has to, come
Yeah,
on through.
that definitely makes more sense.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, this is a fun talk. I think I've enlightened you a bit on, it's cool to see that Danny has seen some stuff. I didn't think about it this way, but thank you, Zach, that enlightened me that the Grand Budapest Hotel can technically be considered a murder mystery.
I'd say it would.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. Good call. But yeah, guys, if you're tuning in, thank you so much. Go find yourself a way to watch Glass Onion when it hits Netflix on the 23rd. I know there's a lot coming out that week of December, but get on to it because you're gonna have a whole lot of fun. And if you have any others that fit into the murder mystery genre that you would love to recommend, or just talk about your favorite moments in some of the movies we mentioned, please give us shout out, reach out to us over on Twitter and Instagram on Popcorn Watchlist. We love to kind of continue the conversation over some virtual popcorn and have a lot of fun times and enlightening moments in this particular genre of film. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Later, guys.